I will call this meeting to order. Wish everyone had a great New Year, holiday season. Good to be back doing the business of Land and Shores. I would ask that if anyone has a conflict of interest, pecuniary interest, to declare it now or at the time when it comes up. And go on to 3.1, which is our budget. We're scheduled to go, I believe, from 1 till 5, but I think with the weather around, if we can give this a couple hours, see where we go, and make sure that everyone gets home before dark. Finish it up. Should be done now. There you go. Councillor Boston.
Mr. Mayor, just on a point of order, I was just saying this to Brendan, and I do want to say it publicly. I think the guys on the snow crew this year deserve an absolute. They have been unbelievable. I mean, you haven't been on the south end that much, but up on our end, as you well know, the snow has been crazy. We've never not been able to get out of the subdivision or up the highway or the arterial road, so please let those guys know they should have done an amazing job.
Okay. And there's a recommendation there to receive this, and I think if we move that and seconder for that, and we pass that motion, it would be received, and it's there for discussion. Moved, seconded by Councillor McGuire. All in favor of that? That's carried. And there's a presentation. Kevin, do you want to speak to it first, or Kevin has the presentation?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and good afternoon, everybody. The primary objective today is to ensure that you understand the budget document, how it's prepared, and what the factors are that are driving any changes. The budget is being presented with the same basic look and feel as I understand you've seen for the last 3 years. We've tried to clarify areas that we know have been questioned in the past, and we've provided specific information related to the capital program, to debt, to reserves, and to tax rate impacts. What is presented is essentially a status quo budget, and we've clearly identified any recommendations pending council consideration that we've heard about over the course of the year. We've beefed up the detailed explanations within the business units to ensure that you understand any of the changes that we've put in place. When I'm finished, Janet will provide an overview of the document, and we'll start with a PowerPoint presentation, and then we'll work our way into any key questions and certainly into the capital program if possible. If council decides that you would like something specific looked into or consider it more fully, and if there's a chance that it could cause a fundamental change to something in the budget, I do suggest that staff be provided an opportunity to report back to council at the next meeting with a more fulsome explanation. An example could be the purchase of a piece of equipment. If we purchased it, it might save on maintenance repair costs or utility costs. If we did not purchase it, we may have to make an allowance to ensure that we have more maintenance repair, that type of consideration. So quite often there are linkages between different items in the budget, and we'd just like an opportunity to make sure that the council has all the information that it requires before it makes a decision. Finally, if you have any questions, of course, any suggestions, as I think you've seen over the last day or two, we will be keeping notes, and we'll ensure that we share the answers with everybody so that everybody has all of the information. If you're thinking it, chances are somebody else is thinking it. We want to make sure that all information is shared. So I will pass to Janet to provide her overview. But as I do want to thank Janet and Brent and Carol and all of their staffs. We had a very, very busy fall. They managed to pull together what I think is a pretty good document. I thank them for their patience. I've asked a gazillion questions and have received answers back on how come we do this, why is this. So I thank them for their patience, and I thank them for their work preparing this. Let's see how we do. Jen?
Thank you. Sorry. Wheels are this presentation basically for the outline of the budget, what we've accomplished thus far, just a general overview, some highlights of the business units, some pending decisions of council, and then moving into the capital budget for a general overview, the 2014 projects, and then the next steps. And we started basically in September with a report to council and direction from council to prepare the budget with the 2% expenditure guideline. That has been done and incorporated here. In October, staff basically began the process in reviewing the core programs. In November, departments submitted their capital and operating information to the finance department. And in December, the senior management team met, reviewed, prioritized, made some final changes, and then the final budget document was prepared for council. And now we are in January and ready for council deliberations. Some challenges while we were putting this budget together, as council is aware, there was some uncontrollable things, an 8% increase in the OPP costing, and a 10% insurance cost increase as well. For the revenue side, we, as council is aware, are experiencing a decrease in our Ontario Municipal Partnership Fund, or OMTF. It's about $188,000, so that's significant for us. We've had some adjustments to our fire service area, which has resulted in a decrease in revenue as well. And just some seasonal revenue adjustments based on climate actuals that we've experienced in the last 3 years. This next slide basically just shows the business unit allocation for the operating and where the funds are being spent. As you see, the primary costs are going to transportation and policing. Just some highlights from the business units. In planning, we just added some small additional costs for the official plan as we move to finalize that. The building and assessment management, we've increased an allocation there in the revenue side as well as the expenditure side. The expenditure side, excuse me, basically any surplus funds that we make in the building department as a requirement, Bill 124, have to be allocated to a designated reserve fund so it can go to help future costs in the building area. So basically we've increased the revenue, but we've also offset that with allocation to the reserve fund. In the fire service area, again, as noted, we had a change from, we've been notified by Clinton Mining that they wanted a decrease in their area size coverage. In transportation, we've increased as per decision of council for the bridge and roads needs study. We've increased our allocation for the reserve for that. We've enhanced our ditching program. We've actually had a decrease in sidewalk for contracted services. Winter maintenance materials have been increased, and personal costs adjusted basically on 3-year average as well. In the harbor areas, again, doing some more adjustments for the 3-year averages for the revenues. We've adjusted the grants accordingly. The grants for the dredging is based on what you actually spend, so that has been adjusted for the Grand Bend area. And again, the dredging cost back in line with the actual agreement that we have for contracted services for doing that. Under the arenas, some adjustments for the utilities, contracted services and supplies, just to reflect the actuals that we've been experiencing. We've added an allocation for maintenance of the extra services. This is something that we hadn't been doing in the past, and it does need to be incorporated. And again, personnel costs adjusted to reflect the actuals. Under solid waste management, Blue Water Recycling submits their budget annually, and we provided for those changes. The materials and supplies are reduced to reflect the actual, and we've increased an expense for chipping expenses to meet the MOE requirements that we have at the compost site. That's it. Thanks. And under cemeteries, just a slight increase too for some maintenance on the roads there to put bowline on the roads. And we have an allocation for signs that are needed for the cemeteries. Under the recreational leisure, an increase in cost for the promotion of initiatives in the facility for the business plans that have been prepared for the facility, so we can hopefully increase the usage of them. Under the beach area, again, reduced revenues